feels like that's been so long since well, let's see. I missed last Saturday because we were out of town, and it just kind of feels like, wow, Saturday was so long ago the last time I was on here. But anyway, whoops, let's not break everything behind me. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic Saturday. I'll just kind of wait for everybody to pop in. I have some goodies stacked up here, and I have a couple of recipes actually to share with you guys. So yeah, got back from yoga not too long ago. I actually was chit-chatting a lot with my friend Annette afterwards. And I had made a pie last night, actually two pies. So I gave her a slice, and I was just looking at her text message, and she just said it was so good that she's actually not going to be sharing. So totally understand. But anyway, so yeah, maybe I'll share that pie recipe with you guys. Yeah, and like I said, one other recipe. But yeah, so we're just catching up, because I missed yoga obviously, last Saturday because we were out of town in the Bay Area for Thanksgiving. Yeah, got to chill out in Cali and then come back home to Arizona. So yeah, anyway, I hope that you guys, those of you that were gathering with family or doing something special last week, I hope that you guys had a good time. Let me know your stories, so definitely share them here, and let me know what you guys are doing this weekend. Sumi says, I'll catch you later in Chicago, about to do something. All right, you have fun, Sumi. Marina, happy Saturday. Lisa, hey, she says, hello, Tarot Familia. So, I found out in Chandler, which is where yoga is, that they're having their little Christmas Yule parade, and they're going to do the lighting of the tumbleweed tree, which I haven't seen this. It sounds amazing, and it's kind of funny because it's the desert. So, but my friend Annette said it's like all these tumbleweeds in the shape of a tree, and they spray paint it white, and they put lights, and they gather around for the lighting of the tumbleweed today. So depending on how we feel, I think that would be something really cool to go check out and witness the lighting of the tumbleweed. Okay, so let's see. People are popping in. Susie, hey, it says, hey everyone, beautiful altar. Well, thank you. Redid it for, the winter season. Sheldon says, happy holidays, everyone. Sheldon, how are you? Oh, it's Lisa's birthday. Well, we're going to have to do a little happy birthday then, Lisa. Hey, Liesl, how are you? Okay, so, well, it's Lisa's birthday. So, Lisa, you're going to have to get a happy birthday. Let me have some water. I'll have to clear the pipes. I hope that you're having an amazing day. Hope you are filled with lots of goodies and gifts and love and all kinds of joy and health and happiness too. So, okay, here we go. You ready? Oh, should I fix the camera? Okay, you guys ready? Join in. I know that she can't hear you. She'll hear you energetically. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lisa, who's also known as She Walks in Beauty. Happy birthday to you. Boo, boop, boop, be doop. She's also really good at dad jokes. Happy birthday, Lisa. Oh, she says, I feel honored. So anyway, there you go. Hopefully, like I said, that you're having a great week, and hey, have a happy birthday month. I've always taken advantage of those, birthday coupons that you get from various restaurants. I take full advantage. So I collect all the coupons that come in my emails, and then I use them throughout the whole month of June, so that every weekend I'm having like a sundae or a slice of cake. I'm like, yeah, it's my birthday. Lisa says, thank you so much. I'm clapping. So, sorry. Just knocking my bones over. So, yeah. Anybody else celebrating birthdays? Maybe this weekend, this coming week? Speaking of birthdays, by the way, my aunt celebrated her birthday on Thursday. My grandfather, who's no longer here, but he is in spirit, celebrated his 82nd birthday yesterday. So that's why some of you guys may have seen on Instagram, I made his favorite pie. Oh, Susie's saying I look so tan. Well, you know what? It's still 80 some degrees, homies, out here in the desert. It hasn't gotten cold here yet, so I'm sure we have a winter coming, but for now there's still people in the pool, so. Yeah, okay. I need to tell you guys about this pie, and I'm going to share the recipe with you guys. And I think that in the past I may have shared the recipe with you guys before, because obviously I do it in honor of my grandfather, on his birthday every year. My grandfather passed away, how long ago now? About 6 years ago now. Wow, it's been a while. But I bake his favorite pie on his birthday every year, December 3rd, which was yesterday. So if he were alive, he would be 82, which is weird because he's only a year older than my dad. Yeah, there's kind of an age gap between my mother and my father, so. But anyway, okay, so there's a story behind this recipe. So my grandfather, his family comes from Mecklenburg, Germany. And my grandmother, her family is from Ireland. So they come from Limerick and they come from Kerry. And my grandfather would tell me about this pie that his mother, which would be my great-grandmother Grace, his mother would make for him all the time. It's his favorite pie in the whole world, and it's called milk pie. It's not something that they actually really made in Germany. He says it's more of a variation of when the German settlers came here and they kind of mixed with American culture. Also, he says they were very poor, so there wasn't a lot of ingredients on hand. So it's meant to be a very simple but a very delicious pie. Lisa says, I'm a quarter Irish and German too. Me too! Yep, I got the quarters. So he says it's kind of considered like a Dutch Pennsylvanian or Pennsylvania Dutch kind of recipe. It's been kind of morphed a little bit, but it's very, very simple ingredients. Those of you that are vegan or vegetarian, you can swap out the ingredients very easily, to suit your needs, which, I did to make it a little bit more vegetarian. I'll share the recipe with you guys. And that was the slice of pie that I gave Annette, my friend who teaches me yoga. And I gave her enough that maybe she could share, or maybe it's small enough so she could eat it by herself. She just ate the whole thing because she said it was too good. I've never seen James go that crazy for anything that I've baked before. I mean, he likes the things that I bake and the things that I make, but he wouldn't stop eating the pie last night. So I'm glad that I made 2 of them, because one of them is now gone, like all of it. So we have 1 pie left in the fridge. I'll show you what it looks like so that, if you end up making it, at least you know kind of what it's supposed to look like when it's all finished. But yeah, he just kept going back like, we need another sliver. We need another sliver. I'm like, dude, I can't eat anymore. So yeah, so I made that, and my grandfather would tell me exactly how to make the pie. He told me exactly what ingredients were in it, and that my grandmother refused to make that pie for him, because my grandmother had beef, whatever, with his mother, and she just wanted to make a lot of her Irish recipes. So she was not accommodating to make my grandfather's favorite milk pie. So I never ate it, because my grandma would never make it, and my grandfather always wanted somebody to make it for him. And so he told me everything I needed to know, except I had never tried it. He told me exactly what it's supposed to look like, everything. And then when I told my mom, let's make grandpa's pie, my mom would always take her mother's side. So she's like, no, if my mom won't make it, then I won't make it. And I'm just like, it's so weird because my family likes sweets and baked goods. Like, why won't they make this pie? So I told my grandfather while he was still alive that I wanted to make this pie for him, and he was super excited. I said, I'll make it for you. It wasn't too long after that my grandfather actually passed away. He had a major heart attack, but they said he was gone in an instant, so he didn't suffer at all. It has said he passed away actually before he hit the ground. So I am grateful that there was no suffering, there was nothing. My grandfather's spirit was just ready to go, and now I get to talk to him basically whenever because his spirit pops in and out every once in a while, and he's in my dreams too. So I vowed that I would make his pie, and so I made it. He passed away in May, several years ago. So when his birthday came around in December, I tried my hand at it for the very first time, and it was the best thing I ever tasted. I was like, why did my family not make this pie? Like, it's so good, and it's so simple, and it's like, how could something that simple be that good? Okay, so without further ado, let me take you guys over to the fridge. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like. It looks not like a normal pie, I suppose. Okay, so let me turn this around. Hello to the refrigerator. Okay, so this is one of the leftover pies. So the 3 splotches you see here is actually butter. You're not supposed to mix the butter in. You could use, I can't believe it's not butter, something that's actually like a non-dairy product if you wanted to. And you just put like a plop on top. So let me tell you how to make this. This is actually a graham cracker crust. You can actually get the the pre-made crust at the grocery store. It is a very liquid pie when you bake, before you bake it. Afterwards, it's solidified. So okay, let me get you guys the recipe. All right. I mean, I know it off the top of my head, but maybe I'll show you guys. So those of you that want to take a screenshot, you can do that. Okay. You guys like my my organization of recipes? Okay, so milk pie. This is what I made. Of course, on Hello Kitty paper. Ooh, I have another recipe to show you guys too, because that other recipe is sitting right there. Okay. Here we go. Let's see, let's put this here. Okay, so if you would like to screenshot this, you guys can do that now. Otherwise, I'm also just going to read it out to you. So it's very simple. So this is called milk pie. All you need is a 9-inch uncooked pie shell. I use graham cracker crust because it seems to go the best with it. It makes it kind of taste like a cookie. You need 4 tablespoons of flour. You can use wheat flour or whatever you want. I just use regular old flour. 1 cup of sugar. I actually use a little bit less sugar because I substitute the milk for almond milk. And because almond milk is not a real milk, it's actually a little bit sweeter, even though I get unsweetened. So you could put maybe like a half a cup of sugar if you want to swap it out. Just a pinch of salt. I use sea salt. And 6 ounces of milk, but I used 6 ounces of almond milk. Okay, so in a bowl, you're going to mix this, the flour, the sugar, and the salt. Okay, mix it all up so it's all good. Then take your 6 ounces of milk, pour it in, mix it up real good, and then you're gonna pour that into the pie shell. It's that simple. It's super easy. Then once everything is poured into the pie shell, that's when you take your stick of butter, or if you want to use like non-real butter, you put like 3 little pats of it on top. So don't mix it in at all. The reason being is when it melts in the oven, it creates more of a custardy, creamy texture. So it makes it super rich by doing it that way. Take your cinnamon and nutmeg and sprinkle to your heart's desire or whatever looks good to you on top of the pie. Okay, so then you're going to put your pie in the oven for 10 minutes at 450 degrees. After that, take it out, and you're going to notice that the edges are really going to start to almost look like they're going to be on the verge of burning. So that's when you get foil and put foil all around the edges in order to protect them from burning the rest of the way. And that way everything cooks more evenly. Okay, so you're going to crank it down to 350 degrees. Let it cook for 25 more minutes. Really check on it often because it is kind of temperamental. Like if you put it in there too long, that's no bueno, and any less, it's just liquidy. So once you take it out, take the foil off, of course, and let it solidify for about an hour. So when it's super hot, it's going to be a little more mushy. So you want it to cool off for a little bit. So actually eating it cold, like the one that's in the fridge, is going to be really tasty. But you can also warm it up. Just make sure that it has a chance to solidify itself. Okay? But that's it. It's really easy. It doesn't take too much time. I mean, mixing all this together, that's like, what, 10 minutes to put the whole thing together, maybe less. And then, yeah, just bake it for 10 minutes at 450 to really just like, you know, get that butter melted, everything, get it all nice and yummy. And then just crank it down to 350, let it go for 25 more minutes, take it out, let it chillax for like an hour, and that pie is good to go. You may need to make more than one, I'm just saying. Let's see. Susie says, done and done. Lisa said, my German abuela used to make the best pies, and I'm not a pie person, but she converted me when she was alive. The crust was my favorite part. Susie said, love family recipes. Lisa may need some pie today. I think you do, Lisa. I think you do. It's your birthday. Susie says, I will write Tara's grandpa, who never got anyone to make this to Tara. So recipe with story time. Yes. So yeah, got to pull some cards and kind of talk to my grandpa last night. You know, offer up the pie, of course. Be like, you can eat as much as you want to. So there's that. But then there's also this. So we had something to drink while we were eating this last night. And this is the first time I've ever made this one. But this was really good. James says it needs alcohol. That's up to you guys. I think it was fine without alcohol. But by eating this and drinking this at the same time, it's like you're ingesting Yule. Like it tastes like Christmas. It tastes like Yule. It tastes like winter time. Like it's like if there was a fireplace going, it would be just so awesome. Okay, so this recipe here, you know where I actually got this one off of? TikTok. That's right. TikTok is for more than just silly things. Actually, this was a good recipe. It was from the account called Quincy's Tavern. Like he's always making things, and this one I thought looked really good. So I used my slow cooker, which is over there. Celestial Sisters, hello, hello. And this is called the Muddy Apple. So you're supposed to slice up 6 green apples, but I never use green apple. I use Gala apples because they're sweeter. That's how I make my apple pies, is I don't use baking apples because I believe that makes the pie too tart. So I've always used Gala. So hey, cook's a recommendation if you want to know. You take and then you slice up an orange. So 6 apples, 1 orange, slice it up, put it in there. And then you're going to cover it in water. And then you're going to add 3 star anise, 5 cinnamon sticks, a half a teaspoon of allspice, and a half a teaspoon of whole cloves or ground cloves if you want. It's totally up to you. Okay, then you're going to put the lid on and you're going to cook it on high for 3 hours. Okay, so I only have a few settings. I have high, low, warm, and off. So I just put it on high for 3 hours. Okay, boop, 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 boop. Back to here. After 3 hours have passed, turn it down to low and let it go for 6 more hours. You're going to want to like find something to mash, like a potato masher or something, and just mash everything that's in there super carefully because everything's going to be really soft, right? And you don't want everything splashing out at you because it's hot. So just mash everything in there very carefully, and then add 1 cup of honey. Okay, and then let it go for the 6 hours. Susie says, I'm going to send you a cookie recipe from my grandma. Ooh, please do. I mean, I'm all about recipes, obviously. I'm a little recipe thing here. And then it says, lastly, you're going to cook this on high for 3 more hours. Okay? Afterwards, you're basically ready to serve. You're going to strain out all the fruits and spices in there. So basically, it's just liquid that's left in there. And you could put a half a cup of brown sugar. I found out that I may have made it a little too sweet because the brown sugar that I put in, I could have put in less because I didn't use green apples. I used Gala, which were already sweet. So just for the future, maybe use a little bit less brown sugar if you're going to use Galas. Then in your mug or glass, put a few blueberries at the bottom, mash them up, and then pour the hot muddy apple on top of it. So it's kind of like you're chewing the blueberries in there, but you're also drinking it, and it kind of adds a unique flavor to it because you're, you know, by mashing the blueberries, you're releasing some of the taste and the sweetness that are in blueberries. And it was really good. So it's still kind of warm in here a little bit. But yeah, it's just brown because it's apple and stuff like that. But it's kind of like a spicy apple, kind of smells like autumn or winter time, but definitely delicious as a hot beverage next to a fireplace, maybe if we had a fireplace. But having, you know, this pie with it was just, woo, all kinds of good. So yeah, I can't take credit for this recipe. Again, I found this one on Quincy's Tavern on TikTok. He actually got it from someplace called Arcana or Arcane. So yeah, so you can screenshot that if you wish. Maybe give it a try, you know, just get your slow cooker going. Let's see. Oh, Annette, it says, wait, did you just share the recipe for milk pie I just devoured? I did. Annette, this is the recipe, so if you want to screenshot that, you can. I also have the recipe for the muddy apple, the like awesome drink that we had with it. So there you go. Yay, yay. Okay, let me turn this back around. So yeah, you guys got some recipes. Maybe if you want to try them out, maybe this week, maybe tweak it a little bit depending on your needs or what your family wants, you know. Have fun with it. Let me know if you guys actually try any of them, you know, let me know next week. Or if you're on Instagram, maybe you want to share some pictures. Okay, so let me just put that off to the side. Okay, let's go back here. The altar redo. Let me show you guys that. Okay, so let me turn the camera back around. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty, so it was time for a new altar cloth. And where do I get my altar cloths? Actually, I get them as tapestries. You know, on Amazon, they were on sale for like $9 and $7. You can get like one of those wall tapestries. But because they're really pretty, I use them as altar cloths. And they're small, so they're not like huge tablecloths. And they're cheaper. So, you know, if you guys wanted to, you know, use that. So anyway, it has like, you know, kind of these snowflakes, which we're not going to get here because I live in the valley here. So I have a naturally shed antler, just because I want to honor, you know, the horned god as the, you know, time changes over at Yule, and the kind of like the death of one and the birth of another. Let's see, and I also have my pine cones here. Whoops, let's not knock everything over. My pine cones here also for like the seeding of rebirth and things like that for Yule. I have my green candle going. There's a little bit of incense, I think, still coming out of my dragon here. And that's actually my card of the day from V's deck, the Teddy Bear Wisdom Oracle. And these are actually, let's turn these on for you guys, my lights. You know, so when I do my altar work at night, I think that I don't know, just the lights make it feel a little bit more special. And I'm actually using for my smudge, I'm using cedar. So, you know, it just creates a unique cleansing for this time. So anyway, I thought I would show you guys kind of what I got going on with the altar. Oops, turn these lights off here. There we go. And oh, I always change out my stones as well. So let me get back here. Okay, so the stones, I don't know if you guys can see, but I decided to go with a red, white, and green, because, you know, Yule. But the stones I chose, this one is actually from my friend Sarah over at Malmoon. She sent this to me as a gift in the mail, and this one actually is Bloodstone. This stone here actually comes from Alaska, so it's just an Alaskan stone. This is green aventurine. And then over here I have red jasper, oconite, which actually looks like a fuzzy stone, but it's because the crystals are no bigger than a hair, so they're very fragile. And then the stone way over here is my peridot, so that it's grounded, it's heart-centered, and that's kind of something that I feel we need around Yule and the holidays. So that's why I put those on my altar. But yeah, it's always fun to do a little altar refresh. Get that little straight. There we go. Okay. So yay, ta-da! And then I always do new little herbs. So I have a special like protection grouping of herbs there. I have some stuff that I brought out from underneath here. And this is just another like Yule protection herbal blend that I just kind of keep around for this time of year. So yay. Lisa says beautiful altar. Oh, thank you, thank you. And then Lisa says, and if you don't know, now you'll know. So yes, we can always count on Lisa for the dad jokes. Oh, and by the way, of course, the cards that have come in, I always keep them up on the wall. There are some gifts that I sent out yesterday because I kind of want to do it before the big postal office rush happens. So there was a lot of gifts that got sent out yesterday. Some of you guys, and you may know who you are, just keep your peepers open, for there might be something in the mail. Lisa says, I blame my Sagittarius sun and rising, always trying to be the centaur of jokes. Nice. So, okay. What else did I wanted to talk to you guys? There was just so much. I mean, Thanksgiving was awesome. So like I said, you know, I got to go out to the Bay Area to be with James's family. I got to make 2 apple pies. I kind of helped out with the stuffing, the gravy, and James made his famous like fluffy mashed potatoes. And we had for the first time something called a tofurkey. So we had like a tofu turkey, and that was actually really good. We had some vegetables. His aunt brought another apple pie and a pumpkin pie, although everybody said that my apple pie was the best. And it was just nice, you know, getting to see everybody. Oh, we got to see James's new nephew for the very first time. So little Conrad, he was born premature, but now he's several weeks old, like 4 or 5 weeks old, something like that. But anyway, he's now as big as a baby should be when they're born. So he's doing good. And he's still like almost like trying to come to grips with being on Earth. So it's like every time he opens his eyes, he's like, what? Where am I? And then when he's dreaming and his astral body is just off, he's like smiling. He's like, astral freedom. And then every time he opens his eyes, like, why? I'm back on Earth. But yeah, so he's very tiny. So his eyes are quite large, you know, still, because he's like so little. But and I like that he sticks his tongue out at everybody. It's kind of cute. So it was nice, you know. And then seeing his sister again and his brother-in-law. Oh, Lisa said that her birthday is at Yule, the 24th of December. Well, you're going to have to remind us, because it is tradition that people have a special birthday song sung for them. So you remind me when we get closer to your birthday so that you can be a part of the tradition. Let's see. Celestial Sister says, congrats. Susie wishing Lisa a happy early birthday. Yay! um, so yeah, it was fun. And then we decided it was time to head back to Arizona for warmer weather because it was quite cold over there. I had to wear long pants and long sleeves and a sweater, and at times a sweater and a jacket. I know other people where you guys live, it's like 60 degrees and 40 degrees, and I'm over here like, oh my gosh, it was below 80. What am I going to do? I'm going to catch hypothermia. It was like below 70 something. Lisa's blushing. Lisa said, yes, it's cold here. Yeah, it was, I think in like the 60s in Palo Alto, and then it was like in the 50s in the morning, and I was like, 50s. It's gotten too cold. Back to the desert. Susie says it's been like summer. Celestial Sister says it's 39 degrees there. Oh, my best friend in Belgium was just telling me that they're supposed to have snow, or they've already had snow, and that it was like 39 degrees and below 39. So that's why she's got like a scarf all the way up to here. She looks like Kenny from South Park. She's like, and she's got like her beanie. She's got her big puffy coat on, and yeah. So it's just so funny when I'm getting like her videos and everything, and it's like she's dressed for a blizzard, and I'm dressed to go jump into the pool. It's just, I just think it's funny. But I'm sure it will get cooler here, of course. Susie said it's been 82 to 85. Yep, same here. They said actually it's been a little bit more unseasonably warm, but I'll take it. So Celestial Sister says, I do that when it hits 10 below. Not that I haven't been where it's been extremely cold, because I do love to go snowboarding. So I've been to Mammoth, and I've been where it's been like 10 degrees, -1. I have been in a blizzard before, but you know, I'm pretty good at layers when I have to, and also have those hot hands, you know, where it's like you know, like a little packet that you crush and like it gets super hot, and then I would put those in my pockets, or I'd slide them into my gloves when I'm snowboarding so that I would get like warm all over. And yeah, so I have my little wussy ways of staying warm when there's too much snow. Oh, speaking of snow, you guys, let's see. Lisa says we've had some snow in southern England, about 2 degrees Celsius. Speaking of snow, so as you guys know, I've been on the hunt for a house or property, and I'm really, you know, starting to take a good look at places. I was asking my friend Annette if she can ask, you know, around for anybody that knows about certain places that I'm looking at, and if I wanted to do a manufactured home, which nowadays they look just like a brick and mortar home. They don't look like a home that was pre-built somewhere else and then thrown onto that spot. Like they look really good. We found some really good plots of land kind of just around, and I want to move to the mountains of Arizona. So that means it would snow up there, but they don't get a lot of snow. They would still have snow, and I thought that it's so beautiful up there. I fell in love like when we went up to Payson and kind of Star Valley, and just like with all the trees, and that it's still like there's like a little cactus here and there to remind you that you're in the desert, but according to James, it looks like Tahoe out there. So it's like trees and crisp air and beauty, and I don't know. I like the it's like less populated, and it's just gorgeous. Like the energy, it's so gorgeous out there. They get all the seasons. It's a little bit more mild, so it's kind of like actually if I lived in San Diego. So the mountains kind of have like San Diego weather. So let me see. Let's go back to what you guys said. Crazy Bunny Lady said we've already had -20 Celsius here in Finland. It's too cold. Dude, that's cold. um, Lisa says that'd be awesome. Susie says, oh, and it smells good. Yes, it smells beautiful out there. So I'm thinking maybe I want to, because I love Arizona. Obviously, I haven't seen all parts of Arizona and what it has to offer. I've only kind of been here in the valley and kind of driven up like to the mountains here and there. But I'm thinking during like, you know, the holidays, everybody's going out to see family and stuff like that, that we would rent a car and kind of take like a little Yule trip of our own. Since everybody's going to be out visiting other people, we could hit the road when there would be less people, kind of out that way. And we're looking at, I don't know if you guys know a place called Young. So Young, Arizona. The property is pretty good out there, but I hear they don't have there's not a whole lot of stuff. You would have to drive into Payson, which is about an hour and a half away, to like go grocery shopping and all of that. But I could do that maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, you know. And if the rest of the time I'm jogging in the mountains, riding a bike, like maybe rollerblading somewhere, I don't know. There's kind of a lot of dirt. I don't know about rollerblading, but you know, being outdoors and just like going places, I wouldn't need my car. And maybe at some point we can get a horse, and then I could just like ride a horse everywhere. um, so and also I want properties that are big enough, because I do want to have hashtag burning sage. Like I really do. So we have been looking at places that have like cabins already on it, because I already have this in mind. I do want to have like a retreat. I do want people to come out to the mountains. I do want people to, you know, recharge their spiritual batteries and, you know, just kind of get reacquainted with their higher selves, and just like, I really want that. So I am looking for plots of land that can hold more than just a house, like maybe also some cabins. So that's been exciting. And if you guys that know Arizona pretty well, and maybe the mountainous parts, maybe higher in elevation where it's a little bit more cool, I don't know, let me know. Okay, I missed some comments here, so let me go back. Everybody's talking about the freezingness. Silver Star, hey! She said, hello, loves, missed you. We missed you too. Susie says it sounds wonderful. Oh, Kay is here. Hello. Hey, Kay. Susie says, right on. And Kay said, that sounds wonderful. So yeah, there is one place that I was looking at. It is in Young, and it's a good price for the land. It's something like 9 acres or something like that. And it has the hookups already for water. There's a well, there's electrical hookup like city electric, there's septic, there's internet hookup already. So everything's there, so that when you put a house on top of it, all you have to do is just hook everything up. It's in basically a protected forest area, so there's not much building that can go on around you, because it is a national forest. So you're in the forest. And it has a cool, like what would be a little driveway. It's like paved dirt. It's got a big gate that's already there, so I would have like a gated house, like bougie. And it's really, really good. Like the price is really good for that plot of land. So I want to know like how much it would be to put a house on top of it. And I want to get to know the area better. So I'm thinking when we take our little holiday trip, if we can like just like go over to Young and see what's going on. So yeah, just thought I would give you guys the update. I am kind of looking at that kind of stuff, you know, for big plots of land. I still want neighbors, because I don't want to be like, you know, super secluded to the point where I become a crazy mountain folk / desert folk. Like I still want to be around people. I just don't want my neighbor all up in my business, you know? Let's see. Celestial Sister says, I have to go, everyone. All right. You have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. Silver Star said, it sounds so fun and amazing. So happy to hear you had an amazing holiday. Yeah, it was great. I was pretty pleased with it. Kay said, being in or near a forest is medicine for the soul in itself. Yes, for sure. Crazy Bunny Lady said, a house in the forest sounds dreamy. I know, I'm like, I saw the trees and I see like other people that have like cabins and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I want to live in the forest. But also be close to the desert so I can also be hot too. But you know, um, so yay. So that's what's been going on, basically looking at houses and property and stuff like that, because the lease for this apartment is coming up in February. So lease is up then, and Lisa, the lease is up then. Lisa's not up in February. She doesn't hibernate. But anyway, talk about dad jokes. Um, so I want to be able to have at least something in mind, something that maybe, I could put money down on, or even if we had to go month to month for a little while, just until I could get into someplace. So yeah, those of you guys that know about Arizona, send me any place you would like me to look into. um, let's see, Silver Star said 52 degrees here, and that's the high though. Lots and lots of sweaters. Susie said, time flies. It does. I remember when I did my very first hashtag Burning Sage Tara Does Arizona vlog here in this apartment, when I spent my very first night here, and that was almost 1 year ago. Wow. Just coming up in a few months, it will be like 1 year since this whole journey began. I mean, it relatively it started in January, so that's coming up next month, when everything changed. And I shared that whole journey with you guys, and I appreciate you guys kind of coming along with me, and coming with me during my vlogs as I kind of just tried to get adjusted to all this stuff, from leaving my teaching job to following my heart and my guidance, and doing just basically my tarot readings. Created Desert Cauldron with James. We have this wonderful shop together that's doing well. People are, buying our wonderful created products. And yeah, out here in Arizona, moved out of California, and basically, I'm a person, like I've said before, that's always been very, very safe. I want to make sure, I was very unlike the Fool, the Fool card, where I want to make sure I can see what I'm getting into, and that I could see all the steps, and I want to make sure that I know how everything's going to turn out before I make any sort of leaps. And it just had gotten to a point in my life where my higher self, my spirit, was so loud in my ear that it was like, if you don't do something now, then you're never going to do something, and you're just basically going to be digging a deeper hole for yourself and going farther away from what I'm meant to do. And I'm still kind of figuring that out too, but it's that was just a big thing. It was people thought I was nuts. You're leaving your stable job, you're leaving your home, you're leaving your boyfriend, you're leaving California, are we missing something here? And I'm I just, how do you explain it other than you were following your heart, And now I'm with James, my twin flame sitting over there, and things have been wonderful. And I've met so many new people. Annette, who's in here, and those of you that I talk to kind of through text or social media, and I've made so many new friends. I look at the world differently now because I've moved myself away from what I thought was normal and the safe route, and I did some very unsafe things, which is just take a leap. And here we are. And here I am now, looking for property so I can have a spiritual retreat. I really want that. And I'm and when that happens someday, it's just gonna be amazeballs. Okay, let me see. I missed some of your comments here. Heather said, "OMG, my chat was behind. Too embarrassed." Lisa said, "So much change." Yes. Oh, apparently the internet was buffering a little bit there. Susie said, "Tara, get an astrocartography reading, a cartography reading for the exact area in Arizona. People swear by it." Astrocartography. I will have to look into that. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Lisa. And it says, I'll have to drive to Young for our weekly yoga and talking session. Exactly. Kay said, true words. Susie, maybe you can teach at Burning Sage Annette. Hint, hint. Kay said, very happy for me and James. And Susie's very happy too. Heather, so happy to watch you bloom. Aw, thank you guys. And Kay said, just have to say the snow is coming down so thick right now, and I am snug and warm inside with all of you. Aw, hanging out with all of us to keep you warm. Billy, hello, hello. How are you? My goodness, long time no see. So yeah, I am. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. You know how it's like, some of you guys can relate, but it's like when people ask me who haven't seen me like in a long time, hey, what are you up to? And then it's like, where do I start? Usually I just, to like keep things short, oh, everything's good is usually what I just say. But some people are like, oh, wait, you changed your address? Oh, so they're like, are you and basically my ex-boyfriend still in, did you guys move together to Arizona? I'm like, oh, no, we broke up. And they're like, but you guys were together for like 13 years. Yeah, and we broke up. And people are like, wait, what? And wait, so did you get a new teaching job out in Arizona? I'm like, no, I just do my tarot readings and I make awesome things and I also have a witchy shop. And they're like, when did this happen? And for some people, they're just like, wait, what happened? And other people are like, I wish I could do that. And some people are like, good for you. You know, it's just very interesting. But hey, you guys have been along for the whole journey. So let's see, let's go back here. Kay said, hard to believe that it was just a short while ago that it was over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit here. Yes, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, here it was like 118 and now it's like 80. And it's like so much has changed, not just in my life, but it's like even the weather outside, the area that I'm in, you know, how it's gone from, it seems like it was so long ago, like summer and 118-degree weather and that whole change and leaving, packing up all my things and leaving San Diego and coming to Tempe, Arizona. And then it's like, and now I'm here. And yet it wasn't that long ago. Like it was literally this year, you know, and now this year is ending. And I think that December is a great time for us to reflect, especially with Yule, you know, coming up in mid to late December is when we get to like reflect on what have we done since January? Like what have we done mentally? You know, where have we found some good things for us mentally, and maybe where can we do a little bit of work? Where have we been physically? Where have we been spiritually? You know, all of this emotionally. Where have we grown? Where would we like to grow more? And what do we want to do moving forward? And not making it such a solid thing. Like if I don't do it, you know, I'm gonna like be crushed or my, you know, whole world's gonna spin out of control. But like have an idea of like this is where I want to do and some things that maybe I want to get done in the next year in 2022. And so this is a great time and a fabulous time also to pull some cards for that. So yay! And by the way, next year, let's see, we are in, this is a 9 eek year. So next year is 10. We have 4 more years, 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 more years before we end another great cycle, because they come in 13-year cycles in like the Mayan calendar. So next year is a 10-year, which is all about rebalancing things and finding out where in our lives we would like to create balance, and knowing that it could be challenging when we want to, you know, push forward and make those changes. So this was the year of growth, you know, 9 being a very fertile number. It's also about like 9 months growth, creation. A lot of you guys created many wonderful things. A lot of you guys made some big changes as well. And also many of you guys had great ideas. So a lot was built, it was birthed, it was, you know, kind of put us in this like things are changing, we're changing, things will never go back to quote unquote normal, and maybe they shouldn't. We should kind of change the way we look at people, the way we look at the world. We should change the way we look at ourselves and see how we can just become better people and grow as a collective, you know? And so we take all of that with our 9 Eek here, Eek being the hurricane. So it's that wind of change. You know, we've had so much change this year that next year we go into that 10 year, and we're going to take all of this change and we're going to see if we could just balance everything out, both in our personal lives and as a world. So I'm excited to see how that happens. Okay, let's see. Going back here. Billy said, yeah, neglect energy bills are a nightmare. I got to be real careful for any energy usage now. Ooh, yes. I remember when we've been in like super energy saving mode, it was like unplug computers and stuff and everything when you're not using them. Lisa says, hashtag living your best life. Of course. Billy says, I totally admire your courage to follow your path. Well, thank you. Living room down to 16 degrees. I'm colder than a snowman's feet. So many layers of clothes on. Oh my goodness. If you can, maybe you can get one of those. They're super easy to make, but like you get 2 pieces of fabric, fill it with rice, sew it up, pop it in the microwave, and you have an instant hot pad. Because I used to use it for like, you know, that time of the month and you want a little hot pad on your tummy. Those are perfect little hot pads, and you can like heat them up as many times as you want because it's just rice. So you might want to give that a try. Keep yourself nice and toasty. Kay said, you're a lovely example of hope, belief, and courage. Aw, thank you. Lisa said, yes, honor your growth. Be proud of everything. Susie says, I hear April 30th or May 1st, 2022 is the best day in 2022 for ceremonies. Any kind. Wink, wink. Susie's always putting in those wink winks. Oh, Susie, by the way. So if you guys haven't noticed, this is actually James's class ring. And okay, I have it on because his mom found his class ring. It was originally like lost for a really long time, and I thought it was funny because my class ring got stolen with my jewelry, and so I didn't have my class ring either. And as you know, like we have like all these similarities, right? So when his mother like actually found his class ring, you know, during Thanksgiving, I was like, oh cool, and his like ring didn't fit him anymore, but it fits my like scrawny little fingers. So, so I was looking at it, and it looks like a larger version of my class ring. Like, like I got the men's style ring because I thought the girly rings were like too girly, you know, and I was an athlete. So, so I got like the men's style ring. I also had a garnet in it. I had the same like facet setting, except mine had, you know, my high school name. He is the Titans, where I was the Trojans, and of course he's 1 year younger, so he's class 2000. But you know, 99 was the best. Anyway, so so I mean, mine was just like a little bit different, but basically this is a large version of my ring. So I was like, oh, I have my ring back, and he was like, well, you can wear it. So yes. Let's see. Let me go back here. Katie said, this coming year is about to plant some roots so I don't fall over. Exactly. Getting those roots nice and deep so that we can grow nice and strong. Kay says, I live in an old nunnery, so the heating in the winter can get costly. Ooh, old nunnery? Dude, that sounds amazing. I would love to come visit. Kay said, beautiful but costly. Billy said, I made them with rice-filled socks tied, and not, and the top to, oh, create hand warmers. Ooh, you know, that's a good idea. Because I do get really cold in the wintertime. I might have to make some little cozy hand socks, I think. Lisa says, so are you guys going steady? Yes, we're going steady now. Let me see. Is that how they say it? Or is it steady? Oh yeah, we're going steady. Edgar says, hey girl, how's it hanging? Hey Edgar, what up my man? Um, Surian! Oh my gosh! Hey Surian, how are you? Oh my gosh, all the homies jumping in now. Homie fest. Surian says, I hope I'm not too late. Of course not. Never too late, never too late. Billy said, roots down deep reminds me of rising Appalachia Stong. Ooh. Kay says, I can tell you about them if you don't mind a long email. Okay, I don't mind. I'll read it. You have my email. I think my email's in the description. I think. Sarian said, I just received new tarot cards that I bought from Amazon. What did you get, girl? Do tell. Billy said, missed all you guys so much. We missed you. Oh my goodness. I missed you. Oh, I had my brother on. I think that was the last time I was on here because I wasn't on last week, but the week before with my brother. Billy, oh my gosh, I wanted you to meet my brother. Katie said, I didn't know there was a new boyfriend. Congrats. I'm sorry I missed the story of how you guys met each other. Oh, do people want the story? Sarian says, I'm feeling so much better. Thank you for all your well wishes. We are so glad. Out sick for a bit, but sounds like you've popped back because you're Syrian. That's why. Kay said, hello everyone who is coming in. Edgar, just here enjoying a few beers. If I fall over, please ignore me. Don't worry, I'll write you. It's okay, Edgar. Just we'll lean you against the wall, Weekend at Bernie style. Oh my goodness. Susie said, sending healing to Surian. Oh, you got the Orion's Animal Tarot. Interesting. I'll have to go check that out. Billy says, I'll watch on catch up to see your brew of. Aww. Silver Star said, OMG, the two of you cracked me up. You and your brother are so much fun. Two Geminis. Oh yes, what's better than one Gemini? Dos Geminis. Michelle, hello. Sarian says, you guys are super awesome. Billy, I have to stand my canary up on his feet many times. Oh my goodness. Edgar's like, OMG, I'm not dead yet. Oh, I know. But you know, like sometimes when people pass out, it's like they're dead. Oh my gosh. Sarian said, the deck got a huge sense of humor. Well, I have to check that out for sure. I have actually one new deck that I pre-ordered, and that was El Tarot deck. This one's kind of cheeky too. It's kind of like, I found out it's a pip deck, but the majors and the court cards are like loteria, so it's kind of funny. Let's see, Kay said, a few of us have not been well lately. I'm healing from a fractured back, doing so much better now. Being here helps. Well, we're gonna have to do one big healing sesh, I think, at the end of this chat. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I think we're all gonna need like spiritual repair. Susie said, loved your brother. Surian, I just sass it for the cardstock being so-so, and it gave me the full card as I draw. That sounds like an awesome deck. Billy said, oh yes please, Silver Star, gotta love the fish flop when someone passes, put or gets knocked out or watch too much boxing. Sorry, and instantly I got a message, baka, but with laughter. Kay said, I spilled water at work, told the children to step back, and then she slipped on it. Oh my gosh. And it said, I really wanted to love the Loteria deck, but just couldn't. It's like, I like the majors. Like, I think the majors are great. I think there could have been a little bit more fun used with the court cards, but I still like those too. And my disappointment though is that it's pips. I didn't know it was pips. And sometimes I don't have any issue with the pip cards, like on certain decks. But with this one, because it was so cheeky and interesting. I wanted to kind of see that throughout the whole deck, but that's just me. Let's see. Edgar said, my spiritual parrot is called Jack Daniels. Surian, I'm digging my new tarot decks. Oh, sweet Sonia's here. Hello, hello. This is Happy Saturday. Love your channel. Short time subscriber. Just happened to catch you live for the first time. I'm an Arizona native living in Arcadia. Oh my gosh. Well, hello. Tempe. Soon to move somewhere. Mountains, maybe. Sarian says, your new deck looks lovely. Sarian said, are you going to do a show and tell? I think I should, actually. Sonia said, many blessings to you and your love. Oh, thank you. Edgar, sometimes pip decks leave you wanting more. I know, sometimes you're like, huh. Okay, well, I'll show you guys then, those of you that haven't seen it. So this is called El Tarot Deck, Millennial Loteria Edition. Billy said, is Diego a big Jellycat bunny? Did I let you know I got a Jellycat floral latte bunny, but she feels so lovely. Yes, I did. I looked at the link that you sent me. She looks like a cutie. Diego is a big bunny. He's like this big. But then there's Mr. Diego, and Mr. Diego is about half my size. Like, he's a big bunny. Pip decks, the tarot teasers. I know, right? Okay, so hold on, let me pull out all the cards here. So it's in a box just like this. It looks upside down, and that's because it is. But anyway, it's got good cardstock, though, I must say. And it's that kind of plasticky, shiny stuff that if you accidentally got a few drops of water on it, it's not going to kill anything. You just wipe that right off. So this looks fancy, so pink. Let's see, Lisa said, I just got the mini Wild Unknown and I love it. Very cool. The backs, I could have maybe wanted a little bit more with the back, but let's turn these babies around so you guys can see them. So if you don't know about Mexican Loteria, it's basically like a card game, almost like bingo, sort of. But there's like certain things that you say, and like you can, it's like a fun family game. Anyway, there's certain images in there, and they've taken those images and kind of redone them a little bit for like the major arcana. So you can see the cards here, but then we get to the pips, and it's like, no, I wanted more. Lisa says, I love Loteria images since I was a kid. I love La Serena. Actually, I have an actual Loteria deck too. Sarian says, right, Edgar, great observation. Edgar's like, it's like a perfume box. Oh yeah, exactly. So you could see, yes, it's pippish, and I just wanted more. It's like pips, they tease me. They tease me. Not that I can't read with pips, but I'm a very visual person, So pip after pip after pip. Edgar says, it's Loteria. I win. You have to give me a prize. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I love the majors. The court cards are kind of cheeky. Just didn't want pips with it, that's all. Sarian says, I hear you. Oh, the pip decks. Billy said, do pip decks give you the pip? Well, actually, Pip's in the other room. She's probably like, what? Sarian says, I still buy them. So yeah, I mean, it's fun. I like that it's Bitcoins. And I like that it's like Spanglish, it's not real. It's like Spanish, but English, Spanglish. Like ocho de Bitcoins. Queen de wands. El Fool. Oh, and by the way, the Fool, he's like, he's got virtual reality glasses on. Surian's like, pip it up. Oh, here you go. So basically all the kings and the queens and the knights and the pages are all dressed the same, just in different positions. So for some reason, they're all sitting in their underwear or their Speedo, like whatevs, you know? um, Silver Star says, no one likes teases, especially in a deck. Yeah, nobody likes a tease. What's this guy? Oh yes, Paige de Wands. Is this Speedos or budgie smugglers? Nice. Edgar says, on the plus side, I can pretend to be playing Loteria instead of tarot. There you go. Okay, said El Fool makes me chuckle. At first I thought he was like doing like, you guys ever watch Beavis and Butthead and they're like, I thought he was doing that. King de Swords. Annette said, yep, I just couldn't with those pips. I don't know why the pips in this deck just ruined it for me. For me, I think it's because it's cheeky and it's fun, and I think that was the direction they were going for it. And so by just going into pips, it was like, oh, come on, man. You could have continued with this. Like, you were on a good roll. It's like they got to whatever, card 22 in the Major Arcana, and they're like, I'm fresh out. Let's just do pips. I feel like that's what happens. Like, you know, one day I, of course, you know, want to make like my own tarot deck. You know, I have a tarot deck that I created that's like a personal deck, but I feel like if I created my own deck someday, I would finally get past like the whole Major Arcana, and I'd be like, dude, the next 50 some odd cards though. I was like, there's 56 cards left to do. Billy said, I only have one pip deck and I got it for 3 cards in the whole deck, but meh, pips defo. Annette said, yes, that's it. Edgar, please tell some of the kings can afford clothing. Hey, I don't know. Hopefully the King of Pentacles can afford some clothing, or sorry, King de Bitcoins. Billy said, pips feel like they got bored and can't be arsed. Lisa says, some decks have so much potential, like great idea, but could have gone more in depth. Exactly. It's like you had a lot of momentum. But, you know, on the flip side, on the pip side, I think some, I'm just guessing, but I think some creators wanted to go with pips because perhaps some people read in a different system. You know, some people read Thoth or Marseille, or some people say Thoth, whatever. Marseille, you know, there's all these other tarot systems where roughly the Major Arcana, somewhat similar, but different symbolism or more symbolism just depending on the system that you read. And I think that by creating a pip deck, a lot of people could incorporate their own systems that they know into it. So I think it just like is for a broader audience, I'm guessing. I don't know. Or it could have been sheer, I ran out of creativity. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Or we were on a deadline and we had to get this deck done. So Billy said, why does the Judgment card look like a teenage body parts but a cactus form? I don't know. Lisa, it has a millennial touch to it from the classic Loteria. Yes. So you can definitely tell it's been millennialized. That's a new word. Write that down. So we have the Queen de Cups. El World. And I think he's wearing an undone necktie. It's cheeky. Okay, so I think we're coming to the end. So seriously, go back to the Judgment card. I will. Give me just un momento. La High Priestess. I love that she's a mermaid riding a broom. That's fantastic. El Hermit. La Temperance. I think I pulled that one as like a card of the day on Instagram. And then we have El Emperor. Okay, let's go back to this Judgment card. I need to see this cactus teenage body thing going on, according to Billy. Let's see. And these cards are rather thick, so it's like boom. Says Billy says, it's that thing. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Lisa said, I saw people online dress as these Loteria cards for Halloween. That's cool. Actually, you know what? I saw some of those too on Instagram. Okay, let's look at judgment. Judgment. No, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Okay. Okay. That was, wow. Billy, you're right. I can't unsee it now. Thanks. I can't unsee that. Oh, let's see. Susie, well, that's cool. Billy's like, sorry, lowering the tone. uh, and Katie's like, ay, Dios mío. Oh my goodness. So, okay. All right. There was a, Lisa's like, and you love Arizona everywhere. Yes. But I love Arizona, and I live in Arizona, and now it's everywhere. Edgar, judgment when your mom calls and you just had a few. Katie, thanks for letting me practice my poor Espanol. Hey, no worries, no worries. Okay, so, all right, so let's see. Wow, I think we've blasted through and gone through a lot. So you guys already had 2 recipes so far during this live chat. You got the muddy apple milk pie. We got to check out the El Tarot deck, talk a little bit about Thanksgiving, stuff like that. But there were, oh, and land and property, you know, because going to be moving somewhat in the near future. Somewhere where, I don't know, you know, leaving options open. Billy's like, hashtag moving on, hashtag more tea vicar. Oh, sorry, oh, Tara, thank you for sharing the turkey spread. You're very welcome, of course. Susie said, great chat. Oh, Lisa, deck pick. You know, we have those saguaro cactus everywhere. Everywhere. Suri and I had a fun time with that. Nice. Oh, so quickly, those of you, I think Katie was saying it. So, you know, I was talking a little bit about, you know, all these changes that have occurred, you know, in this whole past year, and thanking you guys for all of your support. Those of you that, you know, either text me, message me, you're here during the live chats, and, you know, all of that. Sarian says, I need to visit Arizona. Girl, you do. You do. You do. But yeah, so some people were asking about my boyfriend. So my boyfriend James, who's over there. So yes, my ex-boyfriend that I was with for 13 years. It was just, you know, I got to that point, which I had already gotten to a point before, you know, where I knew, you know, that there's nothing left and there's no more growth, and just when somebody's not really right for you anymore, but because it's comfortable and you're comfortable where you're at, and it would be too scary to make any sort of changes or hurt anybody's feelings or, you know, any of that. And so instead, making myself, you know, take a back seat to my own life, and say, you know, I'm just going to do these things because it just is what makes everybody happy and doesn't create any sort of waves, and I don't want to create problems, and I just want to live like just nice, you know, I just want everything nice. And it's where I got to a point where it's like, you know, at what point am I going to continue being so nice to people and courteous that I'm no longer being authentic? Like, isn't that what I'm supposed to promote? Like when I do my tarot readings, when I do YouTube, when I'm talking on social media and telling people to be strong, be their authentic selves, like go do your thing and have boundaries. And you don't have to be a mean person to have boundaries. And that's something obviously I'm still working with, but you know, it's also thinking, you know, I got to put myself in, well, also I'm holding on to this person very selfishly then, because the right person for him is now not attainable for him the longer I hold on to this person. And the person that's right for me, I'm blocking them because I'm holding on to this relationship that's no longer working, you know? So I finally was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and rip that bandage off and let's finally just do it. And yes, was I scared? Yeah. Did I feel really bad and really uncomfortable? And did I cry a lot? And did I ugly cry a lot? Yes, I did, of course. But did I also know I was making the right decision? Yeah, that's why I like pushed past the ugly cry. That's why I pushed past all the like episodes of depression and like all of this stuff, is because it was all very new to me. I was doing something that I'd rarely ever done before, which was take risks. I mean, I'd done it before, but I had gotten so comfortable and so complacent, I forgot what it was like to take risks, because I used to do that. I used to like move around all the time. I used to, when something wasn't working, I would change it. Like that was just me. But yeah, so then I made some big changes, a lot of big changes, because I just knew that I was no longer living who I really was. I was being who everybody wanted me to be, and what I thought was nice and comfortable. And I was like, you know what? I can't go around telling people to be authentic if I'm not being authentic. Like, what a big fat liar I am. You know, so yeah, that's where we're at. And James, actually, he has a YouTube channel as well, Light of Riga, and his Etsy shop. So if you're looking for crystals, you know, he's your man. But anyway, yeah, we met through social media, and we were kind of like talking through that. We DM and everything. And actually, it was a little bit more than that later on, because through my dreams and my meditations, that's where he started popping up. And then in realizing that he's was basically, we were in our past life together. You know, and it was like all this stuff, and everything that he was meditating about was the same stuff I was meditating about, and we were like really like coming together. And it was like we found out that we are the exact same soul. We were just cut in half, put on earth so that we could learn double time. You know, he would grow up in, you know, the Bay Area. I would grow up in San Diego. He would have his family, I would have my family. We'd have all these different experiences, yet still being eerily the same, and just kind of growing up in separate ways, so that when finally we did come together, which some people call that a twin flame, you know, I don't really give it a label. I just say we came together. You know, we came together, and it was like everything that I'm weak in, and that I don't know how to do, that I would say have less knowledge in, he knows, and vice versa. Like everything I'm super good at, like everything I have all this knowledge in, like I can help him. So it's like, and that's what we've been doing. So yeah. And now we're going steady. So yes, there you guys go in a nutshell. Okay, let me go back here. Lisa says hashtag send me a deck pic. Nice. Katie said sometimes it's just time and that's okay. Yep. And Susie says it sets him free. It does. Katie, OMG, it's a lifelong lesson for me too. And Lisa, live for yourself. Yes, I battled with being nice versus being kind. Nice is a disservice to yourself. And you can be kind, but make moves for yourself. Exactly. And Serene, beautifully said, she walks in beauty. Yes, of course. And Edgar, and now it's pina colada time. Check on me in 5 minutes. If I don't answer, let me sleep. If you like pina coladas, if you get caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, if you're not into champagne, if you like waking up at midnight. Edgar, is that you? Katie said, I love the crystals. Edgar, why is it that the older we get, the less willing we are to jump off in high places? I know. That I've been reflecting on too, because I think of like teenage me and little kid me. Like, yes, there were things where I was like, whoa, that's too scary to do. But for the most part, especially if I was dared enough, I would do it. You know, sometimes I would just force myself, like maybe not the whole jumping off of the roof thing. I didn't break my leg or anything, but I really advise you not to jump off the roof onto your mother's car. But that happened. Anyway, but see, nowadays, if somebody was like, ooh, I dare you to jump off the roof onto the car, I probably wouldn't. No, I don't know. I take that back. I might. But, but it's like things like that where we're like, I don't know. I could probably break a bone. That doesn't sound safe. um, oh my gosh. Let's see. Billy said, I was brought up to fawn, to people please, to put everyone before myself. It's a tough thing to unlearn. Takes time and lots of self-love. Exactly, Billy. And that's what I've been doing. Silver Star says, I feel you. I had to make a similar decision this year. Be authentic to myself and practice what I preach. Give it to you. Gave me encouragement to do it for myself watching. Oh, thank you. Like that. See, that always gives me the feels. Like, you know, when some people are like, oh, because of like something I just, you know, that I did. Like some people like hear the things that I've done and that somehow like gives people like the courage or, you know, the willingness to go follow their heart and do their thing. Like you have no idea like how warm and fuzzy that makes me feel. So that's amazing. Katie said, wow, just passing each other. So glad you found each other. Yes. And Saren's like, aw, so romantic. Let's see, Katie, because the landing hurts more, there are more bills to pay. Exactly. It's like, well, I've jumped off enough things now that I know that I could break something. Billy says, you're so inspiring, empowering, and encouraging, sending you so much love. Aw, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yeah, so there's that. My gosh, we've gone like all over the place with our live chat today. So kind of, yeah, but you know, maybe it's because it is December. So, you know, it's bringing out our silliness, but it's also bringing out our reflective, you know, nature and just kind of looking on who we were and where we were and all of those things. And I think the biggest thing, you know, I've been trying to do is trying to like really pay attention to my emotions. It's something I'm still really trying to do, but I have actively been trying to do that this year, is pay attention to my emotions and try to figure out where my emotions are coming from. What are they trying to teach me? I've been trying to pay way more attention to my higher self since it got me here. I mean, I might as well keep listening to it. Susie says, second that. Lisa, new moon solar eclipse hit me today on my birthday, using it as motivation. Yes, and that's probably also why all the feels and everything, dude. Solar eclipse, new moon in Sagittarius, which Sagittarius girl, right over there, birthday girl. Billy, when so much has happened, so much has changed, we just aren't the same people we were a few years ago. Just won't fit back in the boxes we came out of. And actually, Billy, as you say that, like, that's something I was thinking about. I was like, I tried to mentally put myself back into where I was. Like, what if I never left San Diego? What if I was still in Spring Valley? What if I was still teaching? What if I was still with my ex-boyfriend and doing the things that we normally do, and I am still doing the things that I was normally doing? And of course, I would love it if Wally and Loki were still around. Like, that would be amazing. But it's awesome now that they're in my dreams. But yeah, they, you know, of course, are with my ex-boyfriend. And that's something that I probably miss the most is my boys. I miss my boys a lot. And I had to sacrifice that big time, you know, to follow what I needed to do. So that was a big sacrifice. And anytime I start to really miss them, there's this neighborhood cat, which actually I think her parents live like on the other side of the complex, but I call her Chunky Monkey because I don't know her real name. And she's this fluffy little cat with like a bell, and she's got these fluffy buns, and she kind of reminds me of Loki, except that she's kind of like a white and tan cat. And whenever I've been thinking about Wally or Loki and I'd be outside, she comes out of nowhere and she comes up to me and she wants me to pet her and rub her tummy, and she's purring and she wants to hang out with me. So I think that energetically, I do feel that that kitten is helping me with, you know, my boys. And in a way, I think Wally and Loki send her over. They're like, hey, our mom is sad, you know? So, so I do appreciate Chunky Monkey. You know, she's been very helpful, you know, in my transition over here. So yeah, I mean, like so much stuff going on. Maybe this new moon just made me so emotional and giving me really weird dreams. Like last night, something about playing hockey and AstroTurf and a couch that everybody kept trying to sit on and kept scooting me over. And it's like a never ending couch. And there was just more and more people on the couch. And you guys having weird dreams? Or is it just me? But yeah, so yeah, all this stuff is coming up. But it's awesome to kind of look back on that, and I'm just like, you know what, I would not fit back there. Like it feels so unnatural and it feels so foreign now. It's like I couldn't be the old me if I tried. Like I really couldn't. I would feel like I was wearing a mask of somebody else that's not me. And I think that that's also something that we could look at whenever we feel ashamed or bad, you know, about like certain things that we've done in our life or certain decisions that we've made, because that's just what we could do at the time, whatever decisions we made. And sometimes we're like, oh man, I did this thing, I'm such a bad person, or I did, you know, whatever, I'll never forgive myself, or I wish I could take back the things I said about so and so. And it's like the things, what I've been reflecting on this year for me is because, of course, there are things that it's like, oh man, I wish I never did that. Like, but having done that, and now I know I'm never going to do that again, of course. I know that what I say is very powerful because, you know, especially as a magical practitioner, my words are magic. My words create my future. They create my manifestations and my destiny. So when I'm using words, let's say against somebody, almost like a curse, like you're bad mouthing somebody, I just keep in mind I can't take those words back, and those words hold magic and they hold power. So I'll use my words very carefully, and so I do think twice before, you know, I want to get into like an argument with somebody, and and then I'm like, I can't take those words back. So that's something that I've learned, and so I'm glad that maybe I've made those mistakes in the past, because now I know I got to be better with my words. I got to be better with my actions. And also thinking that if I were me now and put myself in me then, I've learned so much and I've grown so much, I wouldn't make those same decisions. So it doesn't make sense to be mad at myself and berate myself for something I know that I would never do now. And I think that's something that we have when we have that 2020 hindsight, is we're always saying, oh man, if only I did that differently, or why did I do that? And I was such a bad person then. It's like, okay, but you're not that person anymore. You know, if you now went to you then, I'm pretty sure you would have made some different decisions. And that's the beauty of being able to look behind you, is because you're like, I've grown so much. I would never do that again. I've learned from that. This helped me grow this way. And actually in that bad situation, I met this person who's like amazing. You know, it's like kind of all that stuff. So, so yeah, I don't, why I get on these tangents. Like, let's see, let me go back here. Let me see. Lisa said, so proud of all of you. Susie said they understand. Serene, making decisions can be so difficult. I'm relieved you take care of yourself first. Katie, communal cats are the best. They are totally sending her to you. Yes, my little chunky monkey. Serene, you go. You know we got your back. Thank you. And Silver Star, I love you guys. So grateful for you all, having seen how much we have all grown. Yes, all of us, like not just me, but a lot of you guys have emailed me. You know, talk about your growth. You guys talk about like all the changes that you've made. It's been amazing, and I'm happy to be on your journeys as well. So Kay said, cats are sensitive, so your boys are always aware of where you are and how you're feeling. They can see you every day. And actually, I feel their energy too, which is awesome. Billy says, I'm doing an alternative Advent project on my blog, each day posting a few kind words to help myself and others get through challenges. I like that, actually. That's beautiful. If you guys haven't checked out Billy's blog, actually, Billy, if you want to put the link, she's got some really awesome stuff on there. I've actually been maybe like stalking your blog a little bit, and I like it. So yeah, you guys definitely check it out. Lisa said, I get dreams on new and full moons. But yes, this energy in the last full moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius for a long time, sorry, new moon in solar eclipse, the endings and new beginnings. Kay said, we are where we are and we are going partly due to what we were in our past. Yes. Susie says, new beginnings for sure. Yes, Kay, you said that right. Billy, doing the best that we can with the skills and energy levels we have right now. Exactly. Lisa says it all serves a greater purpose. It does. And I know that sometimes, like when I tell people like it's all for something, I know that sometimes that sounds trite, especially when people are really going through stuff. But also I think in a way it could be comforting because it's like this is where we are right now. And sometimes when we're really sad or something like that, we're really in it, it's very, very, very hard to get that like higher perspective because you're in it and you're surrounded by emotions. And for me, I always think of it like being in quicksand. Like in quicksand, it's very hard to see anything but the quicksand around you. But I do believe that there's more than just the quicksand. There's a lot of other stuff going on. And who knows, if I just look off to the side, there's a little vine and I could pull myself out of that quicksand, you know? And who knows, maybe the quicksand was only a foot deep and all I had to do was stand up. Let's see. Billy said, all the turmoil has shown me what is most important to me when the chips are down. I am thankful to have come back to my art and to my poetry big time. Heather said, that's amazing, Billy. Yes, do link. And there is the link for you guys if you want to check out Billy's blog. She's got all kinds of awesome stuff. Susie said, yes, we just closed the door on 18 months back to March 2020. Woot, woot. Excellent. Susie said, I definitely feel growth as well. Yeah. All right. Well, I was going to pull a card for you guys before we go into our healing because we're going to do a big healing. We're going to do our whatever we say, our spiritual repair. We'll do our big healing for, you know, some of us are feeling some things emotional and some things physical and, you know, all kinds of in between. So let's just send out some like what do we want to call this? Like spiritual putty. You know, when people like fill in the holes in like the walls and stuff like that, this will be like our spiritual putty filler. We're going to fill in all the cracks and all the holes with some light. Lisa said 1:23 p.m. Well, actually for me it's 2:23. But I wanted to pull a card for you guys, and I want to pull it from the Witch's Kitchen Oracle because some of you guys love to cook and bake and make drinks. Edgar, if you're doing anything with pina coladas, maybe you can add one of these things. Lisa said, yesterday I was a wreck. Today, feel better, especially with energy and vibes in the chat. And of course, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. But I want to pull a card from here. And whatever herb is on here, see if you can incorporate it into your cooking or your baking or your spell crafting or, like a salt bath, like an Epsom salt bath. Like if you want to make an herbal salt, if you want to make an essential oil maybe for yourself, you know, try to get creative. You can make a little shampoo rinse, you know, maybe, you know, so see how creative you can get. And then those of you that are on Instagram, let me know what you did, or just let me know next week in the chat. So, Heather said energy fillings. Okay, so let's see what herb we can incorporate this week. You can make a dessert out of it. You could bake. You can, maybe like make one of those wax melts. You know, some people like do wax melts for the shower. Everybody wishing happy birthday. Oh, okay. Oh, apropos. Parsley, representing death. Death card. death and transformation. What have we been talking about most of this whole chat? Transformation, growth, the death of the old and the emerging of the new. What are we quickly approaching in December here? Yule, which is like death and rebirth. Ah! So parsley, what can you crazy folks come together with some parsley? Of course, the simple thing would be adding it to dinner, but could you make dessert with parsley? Could you make a hair rinse with parsley? Could you make a chapstick with parsley? Maybe an essential oil, maybe a little spray, a foot soak. So get creative with some parsley, you guys. Let's see, what do we have here? Multitasking at work while watching the chat. Kay's like, I love that sound of the card shuffle. I know, it's so peaceful, right? It's comforting. Kay loves this deck. Me too. This is one of my favorite decks. Sarian says, I do like eating parsley. So yeah, parsley, if you need some helpful thoughts on what you could do with parsley, I'll look in the little guidebook here, because actually this is one of the best parts of this deck is their guidebook, because they have recipes. See, it's good for alleviating water retention. Well, hey, let that stuff go, man. Okay, so parsley, let's see here. LMNOP, parsley. Okay, here is a parsley recipe if you guys want to use it. Oh, a parsley shake. I mean, it could be good. Oh my gosh. And Billy was telling Silver Star, is that what they call twerking? Oh my gosh. Okay. Recommended recipe: shake for clearing the body of toxins, water retention, like Susie said, and bloating. Take 2 cups of spring or filtered water and pour it into a blender. Add 2 cups of chopped fresh parsley to the blender, along with 2 cups of freshly cooked nettle leaves, 2 cups of cooked dandelion leaves. Now add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 clove of garlic, and a sprig of fresh mint. Add some cumin and blend on high. Keep in the fridge until ready to drink. I think that feels like I'd be drinking dinner somehow, but it might be good. It might be more like an adult beverage, like healthy, very healthy adult beverage. But hey, maybe you guys want to make that shake. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. Lisa's like, twerk at work. Billy's like, awesome. It could be good. Billy's like, or is it twerking, tweeting at work? I was sending a twerk. That's a good one, Billy. Sarian, what a fun deck. Yes, it does have recipes, and that's why I love this deck so much. So, Witch's Kitchen by Barbara Meiklejohn Free and Flavia Kate Peters, illustrated by Richard Crooks. Yeah, so this is a good one. Kay's like, I cannot bring myself to add garlic to a smoothie. Well, see, I would add garlic to a smoothie because I'm one of those weird people that could just eat garlic raw. I'm sure I don't have the most pleasant of breaths when I do that, but I hear it keeps away vampires and pretty much everybody else in a 5-foot radius. So, but I don't care. I like garlic. And garlic has that whatever chemical compound in it that keeps mosquitoes from biting you. So garlic up that blood, people. Billy's like, just the water and a banana for me, thanks. Seems to motivate my system quite enough. Nice. Okay, so let's work on this week. Let's see if we can incorporate a little bit of this, a little bit of parsley, while we keep this death and rebirth. And then we're in this new moon cycle, so we have some growth going on, but we have a solar eclipse, so it's kind of taking a look at our shadows and stuff, what's behind the scenes. So all of those things. But in the meantime, like we've said before, let's do our spiritual repair, aka patchwork, aka filling in the gaps spiritually. Let's take out our little spatula and just kind of fill in those holes. So yeah, let's do a big healing. I encourage you guys to jump in as well. However it is you guys want to send out energy, and remember that energy is infinite. It's in all places at once. It doesn't know time at all. So basically, people are already feeling our good vibes even before we've begun, because there's no beginning and there's no end. And people that don't even know us, if they're open to healing energy, they're going to receive it. And yeah, and everybody who watches this later on, of course, but they're probably already going to receive it because, you know, the whole no space and time thing. Let's see here. All right, so everybody's staying open. Excellent. Let's put that healing juju out there. Heather said garlic, lemon, and a little olive oil mixed with almost anything tastes so good. I second that. Lisa said the universe really hit me with self-worth and motivation. Work wise to leave when I can. Yes. Okay, so let's do this. You guys jump in. You don't have to stay in the chat, but know that you can if you want to. But energy goes through everything, so it's gonna come to you. It's gonna hit you. So let's fill in those little spiritual aches and pains and cracks and breaks and whatever else we got going on. This is good vibes to all. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, let's get out our spiritual tools and let's do some spiritual repair. Okay, here we go. All right. Woo, that felt good. I felt you guys all along like my back on that one. That was awesome. So yeah, I'm wishing you guys an amazing rest of your Saturday. Maybe at some point we'll go check out that tumbleweed Christmas tree. Lisa said, love to all. Take care. Yes, have an amazing weekend. Have a great week. Let me know how you end up incorporating some parsley, you know, get creative out there. Billy said lots of tingles in the fingers. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, lots of love. Thank you guys for hanging out, and thank you guys for just all your good vibes that you guys put out there, and thank you for coming along on the journey. And I like being able to come along on your guys' journey as well. So I will catch you next weekend. Don't forget to check out the Vlogmas. It was Tarot Vlogmas 2021. Papa Squirrel's doing that. Lots of fun, like tarot questions. Feel free to jump in. I'm doing it very, like, I don't know, lazily is the answer, but just like a walking vlog where it's just like for fun. So maybe you guys can do that too. Surian doing a little bit of a dab over there. Billy is sending hugs of support to everyone. Thank you so much. Lisa said party with some parsley. Yes, And Heather, my hands are tingling too. Love to you all. Big hugs. All right. So I'll catch you guys next weekend, and stay tuned for some fun videos. And yeah, if you guys want to hit me up on Instagram, that's down below. All right. Catch you guys later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys. Have a great week.